Hey guys, this is Einar. I hope you're doing great today. Today we are going to work on our 11th tutorial, and it's going to be about frequency tables generated from raw data. So we are going to generate some frequencies, and we're going to generate some accumulated frequencies, and we're going to do it based on this list of ages that I have just randomly written in here. So the first thing we need to calculate is the minimum. We use the min formula for that. We select our data, we close the parentheses, and we hit enter, we get 12. We want the maximum as well. Select our data, close the parentheses, and we get 36. So the youngest person is 12 in our material, the oldest person is 36. The range in years between these two is the maximum minus the minimum, which is 24. So there's 24 years of age difference between the oldest person and the youngest person in our material. This also means that we will have 24 categories of ages in our material. It will start at 12 and it will end at 36. So let's start at 12, 13, and instead of writing in this by hand, we just pull it down all the way till we arrive at 36. Now you don't see this because it's outside of your screen, but you see there, I went all the way down to 36. And now we're ready to start calculating the frequency of these different categories in our data set. And we're going to use a special formula, which is called COUNTIF. Now COUNTIF is a formula that it takes a set of data and it counts the number of occurrences of a certain value, which we will specify in this formula. So first we tell Excel, this is the data set we're working with. It's from C3 to C20, right down there. What we do now is we add a comma, and we're supposed to add a criteria here. Now the criteria is we want the value, we want to count the values that are equal to 12. So we highlight this series number 12 here. Next, we are going to add some dollar signs because we don't want to have to do this over and over again. So we add a dollar sign between this C and 3 and C and 20 because we want the data set to always be the same, no matter where we're pulling this formula. We close the whole thing up with parentheses and we hit enter. We get 1, which means that we have one observation in the data set that is equal to 12. You have one person in this data set, it's right there, one person that is equal to 12 in our data set, which is the blue area right here. Now because we use the dollar signs to fixate this formula here, we can just pull it down all the way down to 36, as you see here, 36, and I get a bunch of numbers. Now the problem here is we get a frequency of 0 sometime. This is a problem because we don't want to include categories where we have a 0 in our data set. So what we do then is we choose both of these columns and we go, if you're at home, you just click on data, we go to sort, and we have to make sure the whole data is covered. So I'm going to choose the whole data set including the category headings. Choose sort. Now that's good. You can see it's both, everything is included. And we are going to sort by X, which means that we're going from smallest to largest. We're gonna get all the zeros here at the top, and you'll see what I mean when I do this. See here. So I got all the categories with 0 frequencies located here at the top, which also means that I can just select these categories and I delete them. So what I have left here is all the categories where there actually are frequencies. I take these categories, I cut them out, and I paste them here. We can actually also remove these because we want these under the heading of frequencies. So we cut them out, we paste them in there, and we can actually delete. So you click here on the G, and you right click and you choose delete, and the whole column is deleted. So we now have a frequency table. But the problem is it's not sorted. We want our frequency table to be sorted by the series name, just like we have here, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. We don't want to have 2, 12, 13, 16, 18, 21, and then 14 all of a sudden. So what we do is we select our data again. We go to sort. And this time we can choose here what to sort by. So we choose to sort by series, from smallest to largest. We click OK. And we get a new frequency table that starts at the smallest, 12, which is our minimum, and ends at our maximum, which is 36. Now, if there was no observation at the maximum, that would be absurd, because we know there is a person aged 36. So we get a frequency table right here. Now, if we want to calculate the cumulative frequencies, and the cumulative frequencies is the number of frequencies up to a certain category. So what we do is first we go equal to, and the first one is going to be just equal to the first category. But the second category is going to be equal to, the second cumulative frequency is going to be equal to this frequency plus this frequency. So what we do is we choose is equal to the cumulative frequency so far plus the next step in the accumulation of frequencies, and we hit enter. If we just pull this down all the way here, we get the accumulated frequencies. I'm going to make this look a little nicer, because now it's, there we go. Now we see that in the end here we have an accumulated frequency of 18. We can check to see if we've done correctly by calculating the number of frequencies we have in total. So we go n is equal to the sum of all our frequencies, close the parentheses, and we get 18, which is the same as our last accumulated frequency. So excellent, we have created an ungrouped frequency table for using this raw data set. And if you want to make it even more beautiful, so to speak, you can select your material like this, and you create a little box, and we now have a frequency table. So that's it from me. I hope to see you in the next tutorial, tutorial 12, and have a nice day. Bye bye.